Okay, here's our day 2 where we're doing more complicated factoring with the solving quadratics. So here we go. Here's our examples. You do the same thing. I'm doing the product sum box. So I have 3 times the negative 12. So that's going to give me negative 36. It's bigger. Times negative 12. Negative 36 adds to equal 9. So that's going to actually be 12 times negative 3. Oh, I forgot to do what's supposed to be done first. Always look for the GCF first. Even as it's Friday. So we have to factor out the GCF. So we have 3 open parentheses, x squared plus 3x minus 4 equals 0. So now, at least my product sum's not as difficult. So we have negative 4 and 3. So that's going to be 4 and negative 1. So we have 3 times x plus 4 times 1 equals 0. You can hear the rain in the background. Our storms have begun. Okay, so, well, we have to set each factor equal to 0. Okay, well, I can't have 3 equal to 0. That's not possible. So it's an irrelevant solution. Then we have x plus 4 equals 0. Which is going to be x equals 4. And then we have x minus 1 equals 0, which is x equals 1. This is why we write the steps. Over here, this should be x equals negative 4. And we have x equals 1. So my final answer is going to be x equal curly bracket negative 4, comma 1. Our next example, example 2. First, look to see if there's a GCF. Yep, there is. So I factor out that 5. That's going to give me x squared minus 4x 12 equals 0. 12 negative 4, so that's going to be negative 6 and 2. So that's 5 x minus 6 x plus 2 equals 0. So separated into each factor equal to 0. 5 does not equal 0. X minus 6 equals 0, so that's going to be x equals 6. X plus 2 equals 0, so that's going to be x equals negative 2. So my final answer is x equals curly bracket negative 2 comma 6. Our final answer. Right along, example 3. This one, there's not a GCF. So that's where, remember, we have to do A times C for the product on the top and B for the sum. For this, we're going to have negative 5 times 2, so that gives me negative 10, and 3, so that's going to be 5 and negative 2. So now I'm going to have 2x squared minus 2x plus 5x minus 5 equals 0. So I'm breaking these two up. And now you can do the box method or you can do the grouping. I like the grouping. It just makes the workflow better. So then we have 2x and left x minus 1. Factoring out 5. 0. X 5 times x minus 1, because this is my GCF. The rain is starting to come down pretty good. And now we set each factor equal to 0. 2x 5 equals 0. X minus 1 equals 0. And now we solve each one. I'm going to subtract 5. 2x equals negative 5. Divide by 2. And x equals 5 halves. X equals 1. So my final answer is x equals 1. Ooh, but that's a negative 5 halves. Got my negative. You got to pay attention to the signs and not rush through. Like Miss Wilson is, negative 1/2, 5 and 5 over 2, 1. And I forgot the curly bracket in the front here. I must be throwing my game off a little bit here. We have negative 5 halves, comma 1 curly bracket. There's our answer for that problem. Okay, example 4. First thing I'm looking for, no GCFs. So we have product sums, so that's going to give me 40 and 22. So that's going to be 2, negative 2, and negative 20. 8x squared minus 2x minus 20x plus 5 equals 0. And now we factor each half. So I'm going to have 2x, and I'm going to have x minus 1. And I'm going to take out a negative 5. And that's going to leave me with, 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. That should be a 4x. That's what was throwing me, because I was like, something's not right. I should be having the same thing here. So I have open parentheses, negative 20 divided by negative 5 gives me 4x. 5 divided by negative 5 gives me the minus 1. So now I have the same thing inside here. And see, that was not happening, and that's what threw me off. And I was like, why isn't it working correctly? So here we go. So now we have our GCF times what's left. So we have 4x minus 1 times 2x minus 5 equals 0. And we set each factor equal to 0. So I now have 4x minus 1 equals 0. 2x minus 5 equals 0. X equals 1. X equals 1/4. 2x equals 5. X equals 5 halves. So my answer is x equals curly bracket 1/4, comma 5 halves. And one more example, and then we're done. We're going to look at number 12 on the back. Okay. Well, the reason I chose this is because we got to, in this section on the notes, they're not equal to 0 right now. So we've got to move them to make them equal to 0. So I've got to subtract x squared, subtract 2, line them up, but sometimes we'll even write it, but it won't line up. This cancels, and now I'm gonna have 4x squared plus 7x minus 2 equals 0. So now I have the trinomial that I need to be able to factor. So I have -8 with a sum of 7. So that's going to give me 8 and -1. So I have 4x squared plus 8x minus x minus 2 equals 0. And now we factor. I have 4x, so that's complete with x plus 2. Factor out a -1, and I'm going to have x plus 2 equals 0. And now I'm going to have x plus 2 times 4x minus 1 equals 0. We said each factor equals 0, so we have x plus 2 equals 0, and 4x minus 1 equals 0. X equals -2, 4x equals 1, x equals 1/4. So therefore my final answer is x equals curly bracket, -2 comma 1/4 curly bracket. Again, finish the notes, and then I'll probably do odds or evens on the classwork homework. Have a great day. Bye.